Hey, everybody, this is Alan Fine, and I'm here with Sonia Davies, who is the CEO of Scott Dunn. Scott Dunn is a luxury tour operator based in the UK with a new office in New York. And it's a company that we should know more and more about in the US. And so we are going to try to help do that here on Insider Travel Report. Sonia, thank you for talking to us.
My pleasure, Alan. It is great to be here today, and I hope to be able to share with you a little bit about what we do at Scott Dunn and why we are super excited to be growing in the US market.
Well, so let's describe Scott Dunn. When was it launched? And I now know the answer, but tell us how the name came to be.
Yeah, so as you said, Scott Dunn is a luxury tour operator. We take people all over the world from different vacation types, be it skiing, the beach holiday, the safari in Africa, the trip around Japan, or the polar expedition cruises. You name it, we can probably do it. We were founded in 1986 by a gentleman called Andrew Dunn. It was his father, grandfather, and great-grandfather who was Scott Dunn. And his mother thought Scott Dunn would be a much better name for the business than Andrew Dunn. And like all good men, he listened to his mother. So Andrew started the business in the Alps. He saw an opportunity to learn to ski and set up a business. He wanted to spend time out in the snow, and he established a business of serviced chalets for the family market. And that business proved to be successful. And as Andrew's own family grew, he then thought to extend the offering of the company to do beach holidays when the children were little, to open kids clubs. And then as the children grew up, to think about those multi-center, long-haul, more experiential trips to Africa, Asia, and Latin America. So that is how the business evolved.
Actually, I'll cut ahead. The New York office isn't the only American office.
Correct.
And in fact, and some of those trips I heard came from your alliance down in San Diego. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Yes, so in around 2017, we acquired an African safari operator called Aardvark Safaris over in California, near San Diego, in a lovely town called Solana Beach. So we acquired that business back in that time, and then we quickly rebranded it to Scott Dunn and then grew the product range that it sold, because we knew those guests who loved those African safaris also went to Europe, also wanted to go to Asia, et cetera, et cetera. So we had this beautiful customer base, and we wanted to give them more opportunities to travel with us. Because once you've traveled once with Scott Dunn, then you want to go somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else. So yes, we've been established in California since 2017. And then earlier this year, we opened in New York as well.
Right. So like the new to Scott Dunn might have come in through Africa, but then where else do you go? We love the way we're being treated, correct?
Exactly. So our guests come in to us from all different areas now. And our little magic is we tailor the perfect vacation for you. So, Alan, where was your last trip?
So I was just in Saxony.
Okay, so I'm guessing what you would be excited about in Saxony would be different to me. So our travel advisor's job is to really understand, what's Alan after? Is he someone who is all about the wine? Or is he all about the wildlife? Or is he the guy who wants the super high thread count sheets and the gold taps and the marble bathrooms? What is it that is going to be that perfect vacation for you? And then we match it with our product offering and give you that great trip. So then you come back from Saxony and go, oh my God, best trip ever. I'm thinking of going to Ecuador next. How can you make that happen?
So I'm guessing, I mean, the big question is what makes a Scott Dunn tour different than another luxury tour? And what I'm hearing is it's your partnerships, because you can offer special things that others can't.
Yes, we would describe it as there's four things that we would say that set us apart. Firstly, we focus on you. So that trip that we do is truly unique to you. We don't have a book of scheduled trips that depart on the 1st and the 8th and the 15th of the month and you slot into them. So it's unique to you. We put a super high value on service to ensure that service from start to end is seamless with our team over the phones or in person, then the team on the ground. And then we don't own our own product. So some tour operators have their own boats, their own lodges, their own properties. We don't. So we have a carefully curated collection of product that when we understand you, we can match you perfectly to our partners and make sure that trip feels luxurious in every sense. And luxury means something different to everybody. For me, it's about access to the right restaurants, those hidden gems. For others, it will be the perfect guide or the top suite in the hotel.
Also, the behind the scenes things that you're able to do.
Absolutely. So we've just refreshed our product offering in France, for example, and we have some fantastic really special experiences you can do. For example, a D-Day experience in a World War II Jeep, or a behind the scenes tour at the Louvre after hours, or access to Hermes's private studio. So yes, we do have the little secret book of our contacts and those things that from our team's experience in those destinations, we feel are unique, and we try and match those to the individual.
And you mentioned earlier, just in passing, some of the destinations you specialize in, but let's hone in on that a little deeper, please.
Where do you want to start? So we sell over 100 different destinations. So everything from going to Rwanda to see the gorillas, that first time safari in Kenya, to the Galapagos in Ecuador, to Antarctica, that classic trip around Italy. If it's your first time or your fifth time, we can, give you a great experience. But we'll also do those beach trips because a vacation is different for everybody. And some people, they just want to relax. So we can send you to the beach or we can send you to the mountains.
And we talked about two of your offices, but how many offices do you really have?
So we have 4 in total. I was just quickly adding them up, Alan. We have California and now New York, London in the UK, and Singapore in Asia.
I wasn't aware of Singapore. Very nice.
Yes. And that we call it that around the world presence means that no matter where you are in the world on a vacation with us, if you need to speak to Scott Dunn, you can pick up the phone and one of our team will answer you when they're awake. So you won't be calling someone up and they have to answer at 3 a.m. in the morning. You'll be talking to one of our team in an office somewhere in the world.
That's great. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. So how has Scott Dunn benefited by the new parent company, Flight Center Travel Group, and vice versa? How have they benefited by being linked with you?
Yeah, so we are, where are we now? Almost 8 months in to being owned by Flight Center Travel Group. And when we announced the deal, I spoke to our team and I said, I think this is a brilliant new owner for us. It is a company which is a travel lifer. They're in this industry. They care about their people, which was super important to me. And they're present all over the world and have different parts of travel, be it mass market leisure to corporate travel to tour operators, you name it, they've got it. And as we've gone through this past 8 months, we've found some real benefits by being part of a bigger organization. Some of the things that for your travel advisor community, they might not get terribly excited about, such as access to better cybersecurity tools or legal advice, all of those sort of important things from a business. And then what Flight Center Group gains by having Scott Dunn is it gives them this presence in the luxury travel market. And as you know, Alan, that luxury segment is probably the most attractive to be in. The guest base is the most resilient, and it's a segment that continues to grow strongly. So we're giving Flight Center Travel Group this access, this new part of the market, which is important for them as a business for their growth and also for their share price.
You're giving them that cachet they want.
Absolutely, but also the ability to then grow faster and further in this market. And now we're part of that bigger group. We have access to more capital and more investment to enable us to grow faster.
Right. Sounds like a win-win.
I think so.
So now let's talk about our audience. We go out to over 126,000 travel advisors, and we keep cleaning that database. The number fluctuates, but that's where we are today. And so we want to understand you're going to be targeting the U.S. travel advisor more. What programs have you got set up for them?
Well, you're one step ahead of me already, Alan. So what I would say is we've historically been 99.9% direct to consumer. We've worked a little bit on an ad hoc basis with the travel advisor community in the US, but now we're part of a group which has travel advisors within it as part of the Flight Centre Travel Group. So we're starting by working with advisors inside the group to make sure we work through any processes, any things that we didn't know about, to really make sure we're robust. I had a boss who had a great phrase, measure twice, cut once. And that is my philosophy. I want to make sure that we learn, and so that when we're ready to go externally into your community, we can ensure that your advisors and their customers and our team all have a great experience. So 2024, I know it's 12 months long, but we will be launching more to the advisor community in 2024. Just don't ask me for a month yet, Alan, because I won't give you one.
All right, but so we're a little premature, but that's okay. In the meantime, if they want information, where should they be going?
So the best place to learn more about Scott Dunn, as you said, Alan, not everybody knows who we are, would be take a look at our website, because that will give you an idea of some of the types of trips that we do. Whilst every trip is customized, we obviously, like everybody, put some sample itineraries out there so you can get a feel for what we do. Be your clients, young families, families with teenagers, empty nesters, solo. You can just get a sense of what the type of trips that we offer. So that would be that side. And then take a look at us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on LinkedIn, because then you can get a feel for what we stand for as a company, our brand values, and some of the trips that we send our own advisors on. So those are my favorite posts to look at. And I get quite jealous of all of the great places that our advisors are in, doing their, fam trips, learning about the product and experiencing the product on the ground.
So the URL again?
Our URL will be www.scottdunn.com.
Okay. So we have covered a great deal of ground here. Is there anything else that you'd like the 126,000 travel advisors to know?
Well, firstly, I'd say we all work in one of the most amazing sectors that you can possibly work in. I didn't work in the travel industry before I joined Scott Dunn, Alan, but I just do think we are all truly blessed to work in this amazing industry. Does it have its challenges? Absolutely. But what we get to do is create wonderful memories for people whose time is precious. And so I think we've got a lovely company at Scott Dunn. We're a younger brand than some others in the US market. We're a heavily family-orientated brand, but we're also a fun business to deal with and work with. So do take a look, find out more about us, and don't hesitate to get in touch with me personally if anyone's got any questions.
Well, Sonia, how would they do that?
You can find me on LinkedIn.
Very good. Well, I really appreciate you starting this dialogue with our many readers and viewers. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope we do this again.
I'm sure we will, Alan, sometime in 2024.
Okay. And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.